Hello, and welcome to this presentation for the 2022 Iowa Aviation Economic Impact Report. Let's start by giving you the big answer first. Aviation in Iowa has a huge economic impact. $6.4 billion in annual economic activity, 41,000 total job impacts, and $124 million in tax revenue. Later in the presentation, we'll break down components of that big answer, but first, let's cover the scope of aviation activities in Iowa. Many kinds of aviation activities contribute to economic impacts. Let's take a look. Airlines flying from Iowa's commercial airports serve 4 million passengers on an annual basis and provide service to more than 25 nonstop markets. Des Moines International Airport and the Eastern Iowa Airport in Cedar Rapids support scheduled air cargo service. On demand air cargo haulers use smaller aircraft and fly directly into airports throughout Iowa to serve high priority needs of various industries. Over 90,000 tons of cargo is moved by air each year. Iowa Air National Guard and U.S. Army aviation units use Iowa airports to support their missions taking place on the local and global level. Over the course of this study, more than 1,400 unique businesses were identified as using Iowa airports. Iowa airports help business get done from all corners of Iowa to all corners of the world. Aviation's support to Iowa businesses may be the most significant economic impact of all. An estimated 166,000 Iowa-based employees fly from Iowa's commercial service airports on an annual basis and support $25 billion in associated economic activity. Air ambulance providers operate 16 bases and 23 aircraft around the state to perform important missions such as emergency medical evacuations and patient transfers between care facilities. Aerial applicators in Iowa apply fungicides, pesticides, fertilizers, and seeds onto more than 5 million acres of Iowa land. The Iowa State Patrol's Air Wing utilizes traditional fixed-wing aircraft and is increasingly leveraging drones to enhance their public safety services. Grassroots flying is alive and well in Iowa. Whether constructing new home-built aircraft or preserving the antiques of the past, jumping out of airplanes or taking off in a balloon, there is something for everyone in the world of aviation. Fixed-based operators, or FBOs, offer aviation support services and serve as the front door for pilots and passengers for the communities they serve. More than 3,000 remote pilots are already licensed to use drones commercially in Iowa. Advanced air mobility technologies are under development around the world and offer the potential to rethink the movement of people and goods through local and regional flights to areas that are currently unserved or inaccessible by traditional aircraft. Iowa is home to 5 post-secondary education programs that are training the future of the aviation workforce, including pilots and mechanics. All these aviation uses provide measurable economic impacts. Iowa's airports generate $1.8 billion in total economic activity and support 17,000 total job impacts. More than 250 on-airport businesses were identified through this study. Aerospace business contributions add up to $4.6 billion in total economic activity and 24,000 total job impacts. Lastly, the study identified $124 million in tax revenues that are generated from aviation activity in Iowa. In total, Iowa's aviation industry generates $6.4 billion in economic impact, 41,000 total job impacts, and $124 million in state and local tax revenues. The Iowa Aviation Economic Impact Report demonstrates how aviation plays an integral role in Iowa for citizens, businesses, and visitors to the state. Furthermore, it identifies the significant impact aviation plays in Iowa's economy. To learn more, visit the Iowa DOT's aviation website to view resources produced as part of this study. Thank you for your time and interest. We hope you find this information as helpful and informative as we do.